Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have been here for like 15 minutes moving you around because when I move my head, the light from my bedroom light is like flaring at just this really weird angle today, which is really annoying. And if I have the bedroom light off, I'm just like really blue. I could do my makeup like this, but it just looks too dark in the background. So yeah, I'm having it on and I'm just gonna try and like block it with my head. Originally I was gonna film like another coffee and catch up video. Now I turn the light on, it's gone all pink, hasn't it? I was originally going to film another coffee and catch up video, and then I thought, actually, I'm getting ready today, so I may as well just film like a kind of like chatty get ready with me. I've just put too much primer on my hand. Oh dear, it's alright, it's okay, it's okay. So yeah, I thought I'd film like a little chatty get ready with me. I think there are a few like things that I wanted to kind of talk about and bring up. Not that it's like drama or anything, you know, I like these kind of videos. I like just sitting down and having a chat, and I know I've done like a couple of coffee catch-ups and I really like doing them, but yeah, I thought I may as well just chat to you while I do my makeup today. So I'm filming this on Tuesday, which is the day I'm uploading it, hopefully. And it's the afternoon now. I've had no makeup on today and I've just been working. I've got some plans to write and I've managed to get one done, and then I'm going to do another one tomorrow, and then that'll be it. I think the thing is, like with half term, I work school holidays because I work in schools. I go visit schools, and if they're not open then I can't go and visit them, obviously. But there are a couple of like new plans I am helping teachers make, and it just made a lot more sense. I was like, it makes sense really for me to just send them to you over half term, so then you've got half term to kind of read through them, edit them, and then start the new system on Monday, rather than me sending it to you after half term. Especially the first 2 days back, I'm in Gloucester doing my diploma, so I wouldn't even be able to do them then. So yeah, it just makes more sense. And I am one of those people though where I will like claim the time back later on. I'm sure there'll be a day when I'm like, I could do with like a couple of hours off because I've got plans in the evening or something like that. Yeah, so today's plans, I'm literally just going to my nan's for dinner, so I'm not going to do like amazing makeup. I've got my hair up because it's really greasy. It needs to be washed tonight. And yeah, so I've just put on this Paul & Joe primer because I think it's okay. It's an illuminating primer, and I'm only going to my nan's. I'm not worried about like keeping myself matte or my pores or anything like that. I don't really care, so yeah. First thing I wanted to talk to you about, I'm just doing foundation, so I'm mixing these at the moment. I really like this Maybelline one, the Fit Me Matte and Poreless one. I originally had shade 105 and it's too dark, so I've gone down to 103, and then I'm kind of mixing it with this. I don't like this enough to be all over my face. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Matte Mattifying Infallible Foundation in shade 10 Porcelain. Yeah, I just don't like that one enough. First thing I want to talk about is Look Incredible Deluxe. If you follow me on Instagram, firstly, if you don't follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram username. I think it's KayleighMC 92, I think. To be honest though, my stories won't be there anymore. Okay, so I have been getting 2 subscription boxes for like 3 years now. I've been getting Birchbox and I've been getting Look Incredible Deluxe, and I really like both of them. Birchbox like is £12.95 a month, and it's just a good little box really. And then Look Incredible Deluxe is £35 a month, and they always say there's 4 high-end full-size items inside. That's kind of their USP. So I've been getting them both for about 3 years. I've never had a repeat with Birchbox, I don't think I have. Maybe, oh actually I think with Birchbox I've had like 2 Rituals body lotions, but they've been like different sense. Anyway, Look Incredible Deluxe. I unboxed my February box, and I will leave the link to it down below. I think it's the last video that I posted before this one, and I wasn't that impressed. There was a dark purple Gucci lip gloss when I'd already received a dark purple Gucci lip gloss. They were different shades, but one was shade 190 and one was shade 200, so I don't know whether that means they're one shade apart or 10 shades apart. I don't know how they do theirs. So very similar. Then I also received one of these blushes from Too Faced, which they are nice, but I've already received 2 before from Look Incredible Deluxe, so now I've got 3 in 3 years. And like, I've received 2 NARS blushes before that are like the 2 shade ones, and I've also received 2 Gucci eyeshadow duos before, and I feel like there are so many other brands you keep giving us, like Too Faced and Gucci. Not that I'm complaining, oh my goodness, but we do kind of get like the same few brands. And I just feel like there are so many high-end brands that you shouldn't really have to repeat a brand, especially a brand's product. Anyway, so I then checked the batch code of the Too Faced blusher that I got, because I thought, you know what, I've already received 2 of them. I wonder whether they got them really cheap like a few years ago and they're kind of distributing them out as time goes on or something like that. And I checked the batch codes online, so there was one website that I used and it said that the blusher was made in 2012, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's disgusting. And then I posted on Instagram and I said, I posted on my stories, I said, I'm thinking of now unsubscribing from Look Incredible, because a blusher, I've checked the batch code and it was made in 2012, that's 8 years ago. That's disgusting, blah blah blah, I think I'm going to unsubscribe. Then Look Incredible messaged me like straight away, and this is at like 8 at night, and I was quite impressed really, on a Sunday as well. Look Incredible messaged me and said, no, it wasn't made in 2012. The blushes only ever got released in 2016, so they wouldn't have been made in 2012. They wouldn't have made them like 4 years before they released them. And if you check another website, it comes up with a different date, and Too Faced reused their batch codes. So I went on another batch code checking website, and then it said actually the blusher was made in 2015, which makes sense. I googled when the blushes were released, and they were released like at the beginning of 2016, but there were some people doing reviews and swatches at the end of 2015, so they were made in 2015, but still that makes them 4.5 years old, because it said that they were made in July 2015. And I just thought, okay, fair enough, it's not 8 years, but it's still 4.5 years ago that the blusher was made. And then I checked makeup that I've bought recently from Boots, and all of that was made last year. Just to compare, because if Boots are selling things that are made years ago. Then I saw on a forum, someone used to work for a company, I'm not going to say the company, but they would check batch codes and check how long ago the products on the shelves had been made, and when it got to 6 years is when they would throw them away, but a lot of other companies seem to kind of have a 3-year limit. So if they're having a 3-year limit, why am I being given stuff that's 4.5 years old? I don't know. And then I just thought, you know what, I don't feel anymore like I can trust that things were made recently. I feel like I just have kind of, now once you've got that doubt, I guess you're always going to have that doubt. It's like when you think someone's cheating on you, although I've never thought anyone was cheating on me, but it's like when you think someone's cheating on you, once you've kind of got that seed of doubt, or once someone's already cheated on you, people find it like hard to forgive because it's already happened once, like that kind of thing. It's like once something's in your mind, you can't really get rid of it. And I have been a very, very loyal subscriber of Look Incredible. I mean, 3 years is a long time. It's longer than my last relationship. It's actually longer than my last 2 relationships put together. Why are you not sticking to my nose properly? I've been finding recently that my makeup, my foundation doesn't seem to be like sticking to my face properly. It does in certain areas but not in others, and then I've been trying to like moisturize like just before I put my makeup on. It doesn't really seem to be making much difference. I don't know. The other thing I really want to try is the Chatty Blenderful. I really want to try that. Yeah. I think I need to get back into using sponges, I think. I think they make a huge difference. It just makes everything look smoother. Might put a little bit of eyeshadow on. At the moment, I've been loving... My kind of go-tos are the Jaclyn Hill original palette. I do actually want to buy the second one. I know I just really like her. This Tarte Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow palette I use all the time. There's one particular, I can't open it, one particular shade in here called Heatwave. As you can tell, I bloody love it. And then the Huda Beauty new nude one. I just want something really, really simple. I might use the Huda Beauty one. These are the colours inside. They are lovely. So, yeah, I can't believe it that I'm saying this, but I've unsubscribed from Look Incredible Deluxe. And I really didn't know what would ever make me do that. But yeah, I just... The thing is with a lot of subscription boxes is, and it's understandable really, they can get things for cheaper from either buying them in like bulk, or they've been on the shelf for a while and the company doesn't think they'll be able to sell them. And yeah, it's understandable, but I also feel like I've got plenty of products. It's not really like I need anything. I just liked it because I found it fun. You never knew what you were going to get. I could try things out that I'd never tried before, and I really liked that aspect of it. But yeah, £35 a month, and so I've unsubscribed from them now. Let me know down below, how old would a product have to be before you think, what's the oldest a product could be that you'd receive and you'd be happy with? Obviously they have, like, items have expiration dates, and they have that symbol, don't they, like once they've been opened, how long they last. But if it's been created and it's just been sitting on a shelf, how old would it have to be before you think that's too old? I think my limit is probably 3 or 4 years. But then because of that company that I read about going up to 6 years, maybe I would go up to 6 years, but I don't know. And yeah, I'm just done with them now, which is such a shame though, because I really liked a lot of products I got from there that I wouldn't have bought myself, and I really liked, and yeah, but oh well, things happen. So at the moment now I am subscribed to Birchbox, and that's it. I was kind of looking at other boxes, but the thing is I wouldn't want to unbox something that a lot of people do, so I wouldn't want like Glossy Box or Rocker Box or Little Known Box, or, you know, Look Fantastic. I'm fine without them. I kind of watch some of them unboxings and I'm not overly like impressed anyway, so I'm fine without them. I was thinking about maybe like the Vegan Kind snack box, because as you know I like to try and be more vegan, but yeah, I'm not sure. Part of me is also like, actually I could just save that money, and that could go towards buying things that I see in a shop that I actually want, or that could go in my savings, because I am trying to save money at the moment. I'm getting fed up of living like paycheck to paycheck. Oh, an update for you though. I got told last Thursday that I have been given a senior role at work, so that means like more responsibility to do with like giving staff training and that, but also means like a bit more money, which is nice. So that's good. But I'm fed up with like living paycheck to paycheck, and I know so many people do it, but when things come up like I don't know, I have an issue with my car, and oh god, I've had loads of issues with my cars recently. I have an issue with my car and it needs like a certain part. I rarely like have the money for it, and so my dad pays, and then I owe my dad, which I'm thankful that I have my dad to like lean on and fall back on. But I just want to be able to do it myself, to be honest, and I've got aspirations. Like to be honest, I wish I'd saved more money when I lived with my ex and he lived with me and I was getting more money, but hey, it's fine. I really want to go to Disneyland Paris so bad. I know I went last year for my friend's hen do, but I think that's what kind of solidified it for me, that I really want to take my little sister. However, don't get me wrong, I've looked at prices. I know it's somewhere that she'd want to go. She's 9 years old. I couldn't afford to take her, and my mum has said to me, oh, my phone's gone off. Oh, it's Bumble. I've got a new connection. My mum said that she wouldn't want just me and my sister to go, because just in case anything happened to me, then my sister would be left alone, and my mum would worry, which is, you know, understandable, I guess. But then if we start thinking of other people, that means it's like more rooms and then it's more money. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. So I looked at a room like with 2 double beds. So maybe like, I don't know, my mum could come, or thing is, if my mum came then she'd bring her partner, so then we would need 2 rooms. And I thought, well, maybe my cousin could come and she could share the bed with me or something, and then my sister could have the other bed. But still, it's like £1,500, even with like some certain discounts that you get from like early bird bookings and all this. Yeah, we'll see, who knows, circumstances might change. I might win the lottery, even though I don't buy lottery tickets, but who knows what could happen. So that's one of my aspirations, is to go to Disneyland Paris. And as well, I'm someone who wouldn't want to go for 2 nights, I'd want to go for like 4 nights, to make the most of it, which then obviously makes it more expensive. And I really want to buy a new car, which is going to sound crazy. I'm not thinking I'm going to be able to buy a new one anytime soon, but I only got my KA in December. I had a Corsa for like 5 years, loved it so much, and then it just ended up having too many problems, and we took it to a breakers and got like 100 quid for it. And my dad helped me to buy a KA, which was made in 2012. But even buying that, we bought it in December and we've had issues. It's all sorted now. We've managed to work out what the problem was, which, bearing in mind, me and my dad worked out from looking online rather than the garage working it out. It kept misfiring at 70 miles per hour, and it had a cam belt replaced just before I bought it. And it turns out that the cam belt wasn't synchronised properly and it needed a phonic wheel relearn, which I had no idea what that was until I read it on a forum online. And yeah, I told the garage to do that. Normally when you get a misfire, I'm not going to bore you too much, normally when you get a misfire they change spark plugs, coil pack, leads, and I told them not to do that and just to do the phonic wheel relearn, and that seems to have worked, and it doesn't misfire at 70 miles per hour anymore. So I'm quite proud of myself for dealing with that. So yeah, a dream of mine is, I'd love another Corsa, to be honest, because I loved my Corsa, but I would want a new one. I also don't want to go on finance, and I know some people don't have that option. I don't have the option right now, let's be honest. I know some people don't go, a lot of people go on finance, but ideally I would really like to, it's not going to happen, be able to buy like a brand new one. I mean, I've looked at prices and they're like from 15 grand, so it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Sorry, I'm just patting powders. I mix like different powders together. I bought this collection sheer loose powder in the shade translucent, and it's not translucent at all. It's a horrible colour. It's really like peachy orangey, and so I mix it with this Revolution translucent baking powder, which is really pale, and so together it works. So even if I don't like end up buying a brand new car, this would be years and years down the line anyway. I can see me having this KA for years and then finally being able to afford a brand new one and not have it on finance. The only reason I don't want to go on finance is because I am living paycheck to paycheck, and I would hate to 1 month feel like I can't afford it, so I just don't want that. Even if I don't end up buying a brand new car, I would just feel better that like if any more problems came up with this KA or anything like that, I could pay for it all myself, you know? So that's the dream. We will see what happens. So I want to save up for Disneyland Paris. I want to save up for a new car. I'm so sorry about this flare of light, it's so annoying. But yeah, I just want to save more, which is understandable. I last month saved some money, but I didn't have any mileage come through. Like I didn't claim any mileage in January because for my January pay, because we'd had the Christmas holidays, and we'd had like an early mileage cut-off date, and I didn't manage to put any mileage through, and so at the end of January I got paid a ridiculously rubbish amount, literally my basic wage with no mileage and nothing added, and I had to then this month go into the money I saved last month, I'm using this month. So I'm actually thankful for myself for saving money last month, because I need it this month. And I don't want to be in that position. I want to have savings, basically. So I've just sprayed my face with this collection Primed and Ready matte fixing spray. I'm really enjoying using fixing sprays at the moment on my face. I feel like it just helps like the makeup to almost like merge into your skin a bit better and like blend a bit better. I don't know, I think it's nice. I'm just going to do my eyebrows, which, yeah, let's see how this goes. Every time I do my eyebrows they look different, I just, yeah. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was that I have been thinking about doing some story time videos. So I have been watching recently, I've been really getting into, what's her name? Imogen Horton's YouTube channel. I think she's called Imagination, and I've basically watched all of her story times, and she's done story time videos about like her ex-boyfriends and kind of basically mistakes that she's made, and old uni friends that weren't very good friends to her, and her experience of being bullied in school and stuff like that, kind of in the sense of like, here I'm sharing my story with you so that maybe it helps you or you don't make the same mistake, or just stuff like that really. And I feel like I'm someone who's got a couple of stories to tell, and I was thinking that during the Easter holidays I would do a week of story time, so like 7 videos. There's one subject that I, ever since like I created my YouTube channel, I knew that I wanted to talk about, and that's my mental health journey and trauma that I've been through. And I think my only worry is that I don't want it to come across like a video like oh my gosh, this has happened to me, it's so sad, feel sorry for me, and anything like that. That's not what I want. I want it to be very like informative and more like so this happened, and not really go into details of certain things, but more be like, this happened and this is how it made me feel, which led to this, like that kind of thing. More about, I think the kind of moral of the story is that you really need to be wary about how things are making you feel in the moment, and other people might not take blame for things, and maybe they shouldn't take blame for how they've treated you, because it might not necessarily be that bad, but if it's made you feel a certain way, and then the way other people treat you is kind of like justifying that feeling, that negative like core belief that you've got. And just like how I want to basically go into detail about things that I've seen and things that have happened and what they've made me think and feel, and then mental health wise what I did, like when I went to a doctor, and the reason I went to a doctor is because of a certain friend that I'd made, and just stuff like that. So that's kind of what I want to do. However, there are like 4 main things in that video. I always like say there are 4 things that happened in my life as like a teenager and early 20s that shaped who I am, and they're really big things, and I never really talk about them. I think I've hinted about a couple of them maybe on here before, but I just want to be open really and just share them. I think when things happen you do kind of get to a point when you're like, yeah, I can talk about it, and almost like it's not a big deal, which is crazy. But I feel like the more things you go through, the more that things either they all add up and it's like overwhelming, or the less things faze you anymore, because you're just like, well, it's not as bad as that one thing that happened, or I don't know, something like that. So yeah, that's one story time. I've actually written a list somewhere of like story times that I wanted to do, because I've come up with a couple of ideas, but I want to know like your opinion, and also what, if there are any story times you've seen that you think I might be able to talk about my experience of that, or I don't know, is there anything you've heard me talk about in a video that you think I'd love for you to do a story time on that? So one that I've written down is I want to do one about men. I'm someone who's been on a lot of dates, and I've got some stories. I sat down a couple of months ago and talked you guys through the worst date I've ever been on. That was definitely, it still is the worst date I've ever been on. I might, I'll leave that link down below. But I've got more stories. They're not the worst dates I've ever been on, but I've definitely got some stories from back when I was like a teenager to recently. There are just some stories and some men that I want to tell you about because I think it will be funny. Yeah, so I want to do a story time all about men. There's also one of my exes who I call my stalker ex-boyfriend, who I kind of want to talk about. He still contacts me now, and we dated in 2016. But I really want to talk about that. I end up getting police advice about him, and yeah, I want to share that side of things. I can't believe I went out with him. So yeah, one about men, one about my stalker ex-boyfriend. I don't want to do any story times about my most recent boyfriend, even though I feel like I actually learned a lot about myself, and from now on what I will accept from other men. Like, I need to be a bit more, no, I'm not dealing with that kind of, I needed to have like more of that approach, and I feel like I've got that now. And I feel like the story from my most recent ex is one of those where you could tell from, I watched a video of this dating guy, what's his name, Matthew Hussey I want to say, or something like that, and he went on this morning and he said a lot of relationships, when girls come to me and they say they've broken up with their boyfriend, the reason they broke up, they could have, the guy was showing signs of that, or you could have seen that in the first week of them dating. And I thought that was so interesting. And then I found an old Valentine's Day card from my ex that said in it, oh, I'm sorry I'm so moody all the time, but here's to like happy times and I love you and all that stuff. But that was our first Valentine's together when we'd only been together a few months. And I think, oh my gosh, how then was I a year and a half later still moaning about how moody he is when like I was seeing those signs in the beginning, like things like that. And I think it would be really interesting to talk about. However, I also don't want to slate him in the sense of like being mean about him or to him, or like dissing him publicly or anything like that. Yeah, so I think that's one where I'd have to think about that. So I probably wouldn't do a story time on him in Easter, even though I feel like that's a lot of information and lessons that I could pass on to you there. I thought maybe a story time about like all my old jobs that I've done. I saw Louise Pentland did a video like that a while ago now, and she listed all her jobs before she did YouTube. Obviously YouTube isn't my job, but I thought it might be interesting to kind of, I don't know, for you guys to hear all the jobs that I've had and what I thought of them, because I find stuff like that interesting. I'm the kind of person where I love getting to know people like really deeply, and I like getting to know everything about them. So these are the kind of videos that I would love to watch about people that I like watching. Yeah. I also thought that I could maybe go into a bit more depth and maybe do a story time all about working at Costa. You know, some people do like why I quit working at insert popular chain place here, but I've watched a couple of like why I quit working for Benefit, or why I quit working at Sephora and stuff like that. Or some people do like the interview process of a job and what the job was like, and I thought that'd be quite interesting to do one about Costa. I really liked working at Costa. It's not like I'd be dissing it off at all. My eyebrows are terrible today, oh my god. Right, I'm just going to leave them for now. Sometimes they're just not working, then I move on, and then I put like highlighter on my brow bone, and that kind of helps straighten it a bit. And then I always like use my finger to kind of blend this front bit in because I don't want it to be really blunt. I'm going to leave them for now, so apologies about my brows at the moment. I also wanted to do a story time about dropping toxic friends. I don't think I've had many toxic friends, but I've definitely had a couple. And I wanted to talk about them. Like how you know a friendship is toxic. More like how I knew that a couple of my friendships were toxic, and then what I did. Yeah, and I just thought it'd be interesting, and also kind of maybe help people who are like, oh my gosh, seriously, my friend keeps doing that. Like, just, if they're toxic, just drop them. That's my advice anyway. Yeah, so I wanted to do a story time on that. And that's all I've got at the moment. So I've got men, my stalker ex, all my old jobs, maybe working at Costa, maybe not, dropping toxic friends, and my mental health journey. That's 6, and I really want 7. So please leave down below if you've got any ideas for me. Yeah, maybe the one about men could be split into 2 because I've probably got that many stories. I've got mascara on my face, don't know if you can tell. But yeah, let me know if you've got any ideas for me. I also wanted to talk about like YouTube and how I feel like recently I just haven't been, I mean, I know I haven't been uploading as much as I should be. And when I say should be, I set myself the limit of I want to upload on a Tuesday and a Friday. And where I've been getting like loads of headaches and stuff, I just haven't been doing that. However, I'm feeling a lot better the last couple of days, so that's good. I'm going to try and get some videos like pre-filmed during half term. So then all I have to do is like edit them. But I really love making YouTube videos, and I really wish I could do it more. I wish I could film way more. I wish I could edit. I wish I could like take longer to edit and do really fun edits and add in all these different pictures and all these different effects. I wished I like vlogged all the time, and like I had more vlogs of like what my life is like. I just wish that I could do more, but I'm a busy girl, full-time job, doing a diploma, doing lots of babysitting and childminding and stuff like that as well, outside of work, visiting family. I've got my set days to visit all my family. It's a lot. And then I'm trying to date as well. Speaking of dating, actually, I have been on quite a few dates recently. I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't like met anyone amazing, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I'm still holding out for someone amazing. And yeah, I like dating though. I kind of get nervous for like the first date, but I am the kind of person, like one of the girls I work with had a date. She was like, oh my gosh, what if he doesn't like me? What if he doesn't like me? And I'm being like, but what if you don't like him? There's a possibility you don't like him. And that's how I kind of go into dates. I get a bit nervous the first date because I think, what if I really like him and he doesn't like me? But I am also very much like, what have you got to offer me to be my boyfriend? Like, what have you got to offer? No, what's so great about you? I'm that kind of person. I don't just say that, hi, what's so great about you? But that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, I feel like I hold men to quite a high standard. I did go on one date with this guy who, he's actually really nice. He's not my type at all, in the sense of all the people I've dated before are very much like, I don't know, they wear suits and go and work in an office or something like that. And yeah, this guy owns his own company, but doing like agriculture stuff. And he's like, he like works outside, and he's like, he does carpenting, and he puts fences up, and he does stuff like with horses, and he levels out fields, and I don't know, he does all this kind of country stuff and rides tractors, and I mean, very different to what I'm used to. However, that's a handy person to know. But also he's really nice. We've only been on one date though. We have got another one planned. We did have our second date planned, and then he ended up being really poorly, and he had shingles. So that's fun. So yeah, we'll see. But again, I'm not like holding out hopes for him really either. I don't know. I haven't met anyone amazing. And there was someone who I was seeing like throughout December, who I mentioned a couple of times, like, oh, I've got a visitor coming around. He's actually someone who he was my first date from being single last year, and we went on a couple of dates in like August, but nothing really worked out, and then we kind of got back in contact again. And then I was seeing him like through December, beginning of Jan, but just no, that hasn't really worked out either, to be honest. And then I feel like at the moment I'm like scrolling through Bumble. I'm on Bumble now, so I was on Tinder, and then I got Bumble and I really liked it, and then I deleted Tinder. And then I got a bit bored of Bumble. I downloaded Tinder again, and I was just like, no, I actually hate Tinder. It's so, no, I just don't like it. So I'm only on Bumble. However, I just feel like I'm scrolling through, and some men, I set my distance limit to, I can't remember how many miles, but then they're giving me men who are in London who are more miles away than I said I wanted. And like some men look great, and then I get to the bottom and it's like London, and I'm like, oh great, okay, no then. So that's annoying. And I just feel like all I'm seeing at the moment are either men who are really like not not my type, like I don't find them attractive. Or there's those men who are just like, hi, look at me, I'm so muscly. Oh, I love travelling so much. Here's a picture of me next to an elephant that's been drugged up or something like that. That's me being all cynical and moody, sorry, but there's like men who are like, oh yeah, I just love travelling so much. I want to go on like this many holidays this year. Who wants to come with me? And I'm not very much a holiday. My friend died on holiday. Like I'm not a holiday lover as such. I still go on holiday and I would do, but also I'd rather save my money and I'd rather go to Disneyland Paris rather than go abroad with you. Like that, I'm that kind of person. I've got my own like dreams and stuff, and all I want is someone who isn't obsessed with travelling, isn't, just want someone who works hard, is independent, but is really affectionate, wants to, like someone who will want to spend time with me and will say things like, you look great today, or you know when you like sat on the sofa and you're just like, oh, I'm just so happy. Like someone who will say things like that, because that's what I'm like. I'll be like, oh, do you love me? Like I'm one of those people, and I'll be like, oh, I love you, or you look great today. I'm very like open with like my compliments and how I feel, and I'm very like touchy-feely and like cuddly and stuff. Less so like in public, but yeah, I want someone to like be like devoted to me. Is that the right phrase? Be devoted? I don't know. I want someone who is really into me, which is understandable, and I want to be really into them. And I'm just finding at the moment I'm just swiping left all the time, and then you might think, oh, this person looks decent, and then like there's a couple of people I'm texting at the moment, and one of them literally just answers my questions and doesn't ask me anything back, and I think, you're boring. And then there's this other guy who doesn't really use emojis very much. Like he just, you know when people type a bit boring, I know you can't tell what they're really like by the way they type, but when it's not exciting me, like really what's the point? That if you're not feeling excited and like, oh my gosh, I really want to see them, I really want to meet up, I'm excited, I am attracted to them, etc, etc, then really what's the point? Don't waste, I don't know, I'm saying don't waste your time, but I'm still talking to these guys, aren't I? I'm just, I do give people a chance. I might think in my head, oh, they type a bit boring, but I do give them a chance in a couple of days, and if I'm still feeling like that, then no, there's no point. And as well, I don't like talking to people for days and like neither of you have actually asked like to go on a date either. Sometimes I hint and I'm like, oh yeah, oh you want to do that, so do I hear that's a great first date idea, and then like don't get asked. I want someone who's like, wow, I really want to see you, are you free on Saturday? No, so I'm not free on Saturday. Okay, are you free on Sunday then? I want someone like that who's like eager. I don't know. It's hard. It's not hard dating. It's not hard, but I just want to fall in love. I just want to fall in love. What bronzer should I wear? I've actually like fallen back in love with my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil, so I'm going to wear that. I have hit pan on it. Lovely jubbly. Smells lovely too. Smells like chocolate. Chocolat. Do I have anything else I want to talk to you about? I'm growing my hair. I know I said like I'd see how long it grows until Christmas. Typical, I've got it up now, but I've sure got it down in like my last video. And I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to keep growing it or whether to cut it back short. I feel more feminine with longer hair, but also I don't know if anyone else feels the same, but like when your hair's longer, I like camera cut out. I like to bring it all to the front, but then if I look at myself from the side, it like all my hair's like dragged down here, and then I've got a gap here. So I try and like have some hair at the back and then some hair at the front, but that doesn't really look right. But then at least when it's shorter, you can't necessarily scrape it all to the front. Like it's perfectly styled like all the way around. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not. Like it's not like you can't drag it all to the front. You can't have it all behind your shoulders either because it's literally shoulder length, so it all just sits really nicely. And that's what I like about short hair. I just don't know what I want in life. I don't know. I have considered, well I haven't really considered, but I thought maybe it's because my hair's so thin and that's why like I get like that. So maybe I need, you know, some people get extensions just to make it thicker. That's a possibility. Now it's been getting longer, it's been getting knots, and that's annoying. When it was shorter I had like no knots at all, so now I've started getting like knots in my hair, like at the nape of my neck. I don't know. Will you let me know down below if you're someone who's watched me when I've had my hair really long and short, and then now where it's kind of in the middle. What do you prefer? What do you think looks nicer? I don't know. Bear in mind as well though, when I film videos you really only see me from the front, so it doesn't really make much difference, does it? I don't know. So I'm still kind of growing it at the moment, but I think I might give it a trim. I do my hair myself, by the way. What else have I got to tell you? I wrote like a little list of kind of things I wanted to talk about. Bear in mind this is from like the beginning of Jan, because I really wanted to do a coffee and catch up back then, but it just hasn't fitted into my little YouTube timetable. I wrote about singing, how I love singing so much. I'm always singing, and there are always like some go-to songs that I sing, and I really want to challenge myself more this year to post more of myself singing. I have done like a couple of times on Instagram stories, and I also have one little clip of a video on my Instagram grid of me singing a little bit from the City of Stars, and I want to share more of me singing, but I don't think I'm amazing, and I don't want it to be like, oh look at me. I just want to challenge myself to like have more confidence and just share it anyway, kind of thing. There are a couple of go-to songs that I always sing. Now I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to put them on my Instagram grid, but I wouldn't have them as the first thing. I'd have maybe like a picture, so then someone has to actually swipe to hear me singing, because I don't want people to just hear me singing if they don't want to. I don't know whether to just put it on my stories and save it straight to a highlight and then delete it from my main stories. I don't know whether to do that. I don't know whether to film it on YouTube and then just have it on YouTube, and if you want to watch it you do, if you don't you don't. Tell me what you think, because I don't know what to do, but I really want to like sing more. And as well I really want to, a couple of my friends like singing. I mean, one of my friends, Sophie, lives in Essex, so she's not close to me. She's one of my uni friends, but she can sing, and I would love to film a duet. I think that would be so cool. I'd love someone to sing a duet with me. But yeah, I don't know where to share it, or whether to just create a whole separate Instagram of me singing, so then no one has to click on it if they don't want to, and you can follow it if you want to. I don't know what to do. So yeah, I've been thinking about that. What else have I written down here? I've written about my diploma, but I don't really think I need to really share much about that. I've written about having more confidence in myself as well, and I feel like I have had a lot more confidence in myself, but typical in the last few days I've been like, well, my belly sticks out a lot. But I am also due my time of the month in a few days, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but in the last couple of days I've been like, wow, my belly is sticking out. And I thought, oh my gosh, I am blatantly just putting on weight. I haven't been eating as much fruit and veg as I should be every day, and I really need to get back into that. And yeah, I was like, last night I thought, I'm gonna weigh myself. Bearing in mind it was the end of the day as well, so, and it was my mum's birthday yesterday, and we'd eaten a lot. And then I weighed myself and I was actually 6 pounds lighter than I was at Christmas. I don't know how. I really don't know how. But it just shows, doesn't it, that it really doesn't matter how much you actually weigh. It's just how you look and feel about yourself. I like being curvy. I like having big boobs and big hips. And yeah, I think that overall I look alright. I would like to make my belly smaller, but I'm also aware that you can't just really target your belly. I mean, I could do some sit-ups and stuff like that. I really should be doing stuff like that. But yeah, I don't want to lose my boobs. And I know that when you lose weight, you kind of lose it a bit all over. Whereas I'd rather just be able to like take a bit off my belly. Yeah, so anyway, I have been feeling a lot more confident in myself, and in December I actually made an order on Love Honey, and this was so random for me. I mean, I was seeing someone, but still, like, in my last relationship, I never wore anything. What word shall I use? Desirable, I guess. I never dressed up, underwear wise, and yeah, that kind of department was just a bit meh, if I'm honest. And I never dressed up, and then as well, towards the end of that relationship, I felt so unattractive because we never did it. I was like, seriously, what? I was suggesting things that was just getting shut down all the time, and I mean, he ended up being really honest with me, and it's issues that he had, and I believe that, like, I understand what was going on, yeah, but like, I was feeling horrible about myself, to be honest, and my confidence was at a real low point when we broke up. And in December, I just bought some outfits, and I've always been someone, I haven't owned a naughty outfit since I bought one in my last year of uni, and I wore that for someone. I can't believe I'm talking about this right now, but anyway, so I'm not someone who's really dressed up much, but it's something that I've always wanted to do. But also I kind of felt like, where I felt a bit rubbish about my body and about myself, I kind of thought, looking at all this lingerie online, I was like, I'm not going to look nice in it. And then I just thought in December, why don't I just order some stuff and try it and see what it's like. And Love Honey do this thing where they have a queen size, which I think is, you can buy something and it will fit in one between a size 20 and 24. And I'm a size 20. And the thing is with like lingerie, you don't want it to be like, I don't want like knickers that are going to be really, really tight on me. I'd rather them be bigger. So the 20 to 24, I was like, this sounds quite cool actually. And I ordered some bits, and there was one thing I didn't keep because my boobs were too big for it, and the seam that was meant to go under my boobs was like across half my boob and literally turned my boob into 2 boobs. It was horrible. But I kept everything else, and I was like, wow, I actually look great. And that really helped my confidence. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you're someone who's not feeling very confident about your body, buy new clothes, buy lingerie, try it all on, and there will be something. I bought like different styles of stuff. There will be something that you think, wow. I even took pictures as well, and I look back at the pictures and I'm like, yeah, I look good there. And my confidence was so high, and I nearly posted on Instagram a picture of me in some lingerie. But I mean, my family follow me on Instagram, so it's probably not the best idea. But yeah, I was really confident, and my confidence has still been high, and I know I've just kind of got those in the drawer if I ever need them. I mean, not that I'm seeing anyone at the moment, so they're not, no one's gonna get looking at the moment or anytime soon. But yeah, it really built my confidence, so that's good. I think that's it. Actually, that's kind of everything that I had on my list anyway. I've got my makeup on now. I still need to sort out my eyebrows because I'm not happy with them, but I'll just do that off camera, to be honest. I don't have any lipstick on, I just put lip balm on. I've been loving Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and then there's a Sephora lipstick that I've been loving, but that's in my handbag at the moment. So what should I put on? Maybe one of these Beauty Bakery ones. Funnel or Bastani. What I do is I put the lipstick on stickers and then stick them on the bottom so I can see them better. Let's try this one. It says Bastani, but I think it's Bastani Ice. I don't know how long this video will have been. My camera has cut out on me twice now. But yeah, I will see when I edit this today. It will probably be uploaded after I've been to my nan's for dinner. Yeah, because it's probably going to take me a while to watch through. It's the editing. I don't feel like there's many places where I need to cut, but it is like I need to watch it through to make sure I haven't repeated myself too much or something like that. So I'll just like check. And yeah, they're kind of like all the things I wanted to kind of speak about and tell you about. Let me know on your thoughts on like all the points below, really. Or what I really want from you is, are there any subscription boxes that you think I definitely should be subscribed to? If not, then that's fine. I'm just going to save my money. And then I'll be able to buy more makeup, hopefully. Okay, let me know if there's any story times that you've really enjoyed someone else doing that I might be able to do, or there's anything you've heard me talk about you want me to talk about more, or anything like that, and any more story time ideas you've got, or any of the story times I've said and you're like, I don't think you should do that, I don't think that's a good idea, or sounds quite boring, let me know. So boxes, story time, let me know how I can do my singing without being an annoying person who's like, listen to me sing. Yeah, let me know where I should put like singing videos. I think that's all I wanted to know. Let me know about the Look Incredible Deluxe thing, like with makeup, like how old would makeup have to be before you think that it's too old to be receiving it in a box. And yeah, that's it. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually really love doing these, just sitting down having a chat with you. Like I love like just vlogging as well, because I feel like I'm just kind of showing you bits of my life, and it's a bit more like intimate, and like I'm getting things across that I want to get across. And whereas when I do like an unboxing, I feel like that's not the time to talk about myself, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you for watching. I do really enjoy making these, and I want to do more vlogs. I was going to vlog this week, but I've actually got quite a weird week. Like I'm just doing like random different things, so I'm not going to vlog the week. But I want to vlog like more weekends, so I need to check like what I'm doing on certain weekends, and yeah, vlog them. But yeah, cool. Right, thank you for watching. I know I've already said that, and I will see you in a few days in my next video, which will probably be a haul, because I think by then I would have bought some stuff from Boots. Maybe Maisie will be in the haul with me as well. I'll ask her, because I'll have her on Friday. I'll ask if she wants to be in the video, and she might be like, actually no, I want to play The Sims on your Xbox, because that's what she loves. But yeah, cool. All right. Thank you again. Oh my gosh, stop saying thank you, seriously. And yeah, I will see you in a few days in my next video.